Welcome to Power Monday, where your Mondays will never be blue again. Hi, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Power Monday, where your Mondays will never be blue again. My name is Taufik, and if you're new here, welcome. Power Monday is ERA's original podcast where we bring in the best of the best in the industry to share their personal journeys, the strategies that kept them through, and as well as some best practices that for success, that kept them going for success. So, if you are looking to get inspired every week, get motivated every week, your weekly dose of inspiration, we are here for you every Monday, 10 a.m. on ERA Singapore Spotify and on ERA YouTube channel. So, without further ado, today in the Power Monday studio, we are excited to have someone who leverages his positive outlook and determination to turn challenges into opportunities and continues to achieve remarkable success. We know him. We love him. Everybody, please welcome to the studio, Bjorn, Chua.
Hi everybody, hey, nice to see you all. And today, right, I just want to share with you all, something, right, that has been keeping me going. And it's this mantra that is called "It's possible." And why did I actually came up with this, right? Was because in your life, right, there will probably be challenges and everything.
Correct.
And you might meet up with nasty people. You might have, not very good predicaments. And I find that, this mantra really keeps me going. It's possible.
Mm-hmm.
Whether is it through doing sales or whether is it through your life's journey. I think that, everything, right, that I tell myself, right, that whenever I meet up with something difficult, it's possible.
Yeah.
And I find that, whenever I tell myself that, it gives me that courage and confidence, right, to really steer myself ahead. And, this is something that also is very close to my heart. And I find that, a lot of times people fail, right, is because they have very, I wouldn't say little, but I would say weak mental strength, right? And the reason why they fail was because they decided that they have already failed.
Yeah.
And why they have decided is because based on what they have seen and what they have encountered, they really tell themselves, hey, cannot already.
Correct.
And, I find that, there's a lot of other things that you can see. There's a lot of other things that you can explore. There's a lot of other, things, right, that you can really do, right, to make things happen. Right. And it's possible.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the past few episodes of Power Monday, if you guys have been tuning in, we've been talking about having the correct mindset, having the concepts of heart, mind, and reality and stuff like that. But I think the most important thing is to believe that it's possible to get into a winner's mindset, to get balance in your life. So maybe you can share a bit your personal journey on like a moment that maybe where you achieved something that initially you thought was impossible.
Well, there were a lot of milestones, but I think one of the most memorable one will be the moment that I actually start team building. Yeah, and I think that period of time, that was in 2010 or 2011. So the story goes like this, I have never wanted to be in team building. I seriously, I just want to earn my money, okay, and just enjoy my money. That's it, okay. But through fate or circumstances, right, or one way or another, right, I decided that, one day I just woke up and find that I should help people. I should start to help people because it becomes very meaningless for me to actually pursue all these monetary goals. And that moment in time, I decided that, okay, let's help people to actually earn money as well because I've really made my first pot of gold.
Yeah.
And I decided that, I want to help more people. And so I started thinking, who are the people that I can really help? And of course, the first few names that came into my mind, right, will be the people that are closest to me, right? Yeah. So my friends, my relative, and I decided to put them in. I said, hey, I've got this very good opportunity to earn money. You come and join me in real estate. Okay, I can teach you to actually do everything. And it's very, very easy money. Then every one of them was like, you sure? Really? And they were like, okay, I'm on. And back then, right, I think that when we were in real estate, we don't need to actually go through RES exams and everything. Yeah. So it was very easy to do the onboarding. And I remember that period of time, in a short span of probably about 3 months, right, I had about like 20 over associates already. Wow. And for that 20 over associates, okay, I decided that, hey, since we are already in team building, right, might as well we be the best. Right.
Of course.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I decided that, okay, this is going to be our goal. And what is the best? So we had a benchmark, right? To actually have our team sales to be 1 million and 30 real estate agents. So that was my goal at that point of time. And shortly, in less than a year, we managed to achieve it. And I remember that it was a very proud moment because it wasn't just a me goal, it was a we goal. And everybody was very, very happy that, we achieved this goal. We actually got the top manager award. It shows that, we were the youngest team, and at the same time, we were a team, right, that actually had the most sales. And I can still remember that moment that, everybody was so overjoyed that we actually got that award during our APPC. And I think that is something that is worthy to mention.
Yeah.
Okay. And subsequently, because of that, I think that moment in time, that feeling, it has actually translated and allowed people to actually, live in that moment. And from then onwards, right, we have actually created many, many numerous top managers, new managers, and even divisions as well. Yeah. So I think that, having that as a culture, right, really sets the pace for everybody.
Yeah, so we started from, I think it's possible to start building a team.
Yep.
And then after that, it branches out to, I think it's possible for us to keep on going. So this it's possible mindset, after years of experience to being the person you are now, right? Is there still moments where you feel something like, cannot lah. But then, like, is it like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it something where you instantly, it's possible already, or was there some certain moments of that? Because not everyone is perfect, so sometimes we have those challenges, right?
I believe that anything is possible, but you've got to believe in it. And in order for you to believe in it, right, I think that is this thought process. I call it the manifestation process. So I'm sure that you also know that what you think, right, you are. The manifestation process goes like this, okay? Your thoughts leads to your feelings, right? So whatever you think will lead to how you feel. Okay, and how you feel, right, will translate into actions, right?
Yeah.
And through your actions, right, it will lead to results. So how you think is very, very important. So the space, right, within your head, right, is something, right, that I really got it, wholeheartedly, right, to make sure that nothing bad goes inside, and I make sure that I protect it all the way. Yeah. So that, whatever that happens to you, okay, will always be good, will always be nice. Yeah. And if you ask me, were there some point in time that I think that it's not possible? Yes, that was during the time that I haven't even, believed in this, it's possible yet. And then, that period of time, everything was impossible lah. Yeah. Really, everything was impossible because I find that, to do this is so difficult. To serve this buyer is so difficult. To actually do everything is so difficult. Yeah. To buy that property is so difficult. But, once you actually start to translate that, maybe it's possible, it becomes possible already. Yeah. Yeah. So you really got to have a very strong mindset to actually believe.
Understand.
Yep.
But also it doesn't stop as a mindset also, right? Like you can just say something, it's possible to do it. But then if you just goyang kaki, sit down, relax, and then do anything, then the possible will become unreachable.
Sure.
Right.
So that's why, right, you see, thoughts, feelings, actions, results, right?
Yeah.
So what's the most important thing?
Results,
right?
Yeah.
And before that is action, right? You have to create action, right? And in order for you to create action, right, one of my habits that I actually create for myself, right, is that the moment I wake up, I need to take action. I don't wait until towards the end of the day or midday or during breakfast to take action. The moment I wake up is autopilot already. I have to take action. Be it to head out to meet somebody, to call somebody, to do something. I have to do something. I cannot be doing nothing when I wake up.
Correct.
Yeah. So that will actually set me the pace, right, for the whole entire day already. Because that will create momentum. And the moment you start doing something, right, you start doing more things. And when you start doing more things, right, then of course your day will be more fruitful. But a lot of people, right, they, just like to lay back one corner, lie down on bed. Then, of course, if you're going to do that for 1 year, what's going to happen to you?
Correct.
I think the only thing that can happen to you, right, is you grow fat lah. Right or not?
Hey.
Sure, right? Hey. But not you. But I mean, everybody likes to lie down in bed lah, bed rot lah. But, I don't think that it's possible for you to do this every day because it's not a very healthy habit. Yeah. So, when I touch about habits, right, I also add on, healthier habits, right, that, I can actually put into my life to make it more wholesome, to make it more beneficial to me. Yeah. So that's probably, that explains everything.
Understand. So for some people, sometimes they want to believe that it's possible.
Yeah.
But then they will come across, it's inevitable, but they will come across some obstacles, some failures, some small setbacks that get them a step behind.
That's why I got part 2 of It's Possible.
Oh, okay.
My part 2, right, of It's Possible, right, is try again. You have to try again. You see, I always keep my mantras, right, all very, very short. because that's where I'll remember.
Correct.
Yeah. So you see, if you fail, try again. You've got obstacle, try again. I mean, what's the worst that can happen, right? The reason why we don't dare to try, right, is because, right, we are afraid of the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, think of something, right, that, you know, you don't dare to do. Okay. For example, let's say I don't dare to go for a swim. I'm afraid of water. So what's the worst case that can happen to you?
Drown.
You'll drown now. But what if I tell you, like, the pool is like 1.2 meters deep? All you need to do is just stand up.
True.
So will you still be afraid or not?
No.
Probably no, right?
Yeah.
So at least you have the courage to try. Then that leads you to trying again. Yeah. So back into our work as well. I mean, if it really scares you to the max, right? Then come to terms with the worst case scenario. What's the worst that can happen? And I think that most of the times, right, especially for work, the worst case scenario that can happen to me, right, is that I lose the deal. So then, so be it. If I lose the deal, so be it. Okay. Then I try again. I find another deal to close. Yeah.
Then sometimes these goals that might seem impossible is actually possible if they break down into smaller steps. It just takes a longer journey, right? So do you have any advice for those who like very impatient?
Hey, wow, that's good. Because I'm actually very impatient. Yeah, I think from the pace that I talk, you already know that I'm very impatient. In my younger years, right, I used to be very, very impatient. But you know, I find that sometimes good things takes time.
Correct.
And if you really want to chase for the results, right, of course you must have the faith to actually believe that you can do it, right? But secondly, also, right, it takes time, and if you do not give it time, the things will not come to fruition. Okay. You do know that how long does it take for a bamboo plant to grow?
No.
5 years.
Oh,
5
wow.
years. In the first year, nothing happened. Third year, nothing happened. It was only after the third year, on the fourth year onwards, right, that the bamboo starts to, you know, skyrocket all the way up. But if you were to actually, you know, be in a hurry and say, hey, bamboo, grow, it will not happen, right? Because these are laws of nature.
Or like if you give up halfway, then...
I mean, you can, actually, a lot of them, they actually give up halfway. You know, in our work, right, I have seen so many people who has the potential, but they really give up halfway because they don't see the results. But then again, I've also seen people who have struggled so hard. You know, I have people that have been with me for the past 15 years, and in the first 13 years, nothing happens. 14 years onwards, millionaire. 15 years onwards, millionaire. So, I mean, what do you think? I find that, you know, sometimes, right, if you find that this is your calling, this is the place that you belong to, right, you should just stick with it and, you know, make the best out of it. It's not that, you know, you're not getting zero results, right?
Correct.
Yeah, there are definitely some results, but of course, it might not be that ideal for you. Then just fine tune it. Yeah, fine tune it to make it work to how it feels to you and make it perfect for yourself. Yeah.
So do you think, in your opinion, having a strong support system helps with this it's possible mindset?
Wow, very, very important. You know, there are a lot of times, right, that I created my own network, and then, you know, these are the people that I will look for whenever I feel down. And I would say that I will stress that, you know, it is so important to actually have this support network. Why? Because whenever you feel down, you go back to them. This is your close network. There are people that you can trust, you can fall back to. And it's a very, very safe area, right, for you to really open your heart to them. And I mean, they are the ones that will keep you going to tell you, hey, you know, Taufik, don't give up.
Yeah.
You know, you can one. It's possible. You can do it one. It's just that maybe probably some things, right, are different, you know. You might need to actually tweak a little bit. But never mind, I know that you are down, okay? You take 1 or 2 days off. But then after you come back, you try again. And then the best part, right, is that they will follow up with me, call me up and, hey, how's everything? You back to normal already or not? Are you okay or not? You know, we live in this world that is so fast-paced. Sometimes, right, it's so heartwarming, right, to actually have somebody to just call you and ask, hey, how are you?
Correct.
You know, it's just so simple, but, you know, not many people are doing it. Okay, so I find that, you know, it's very relieving to actually have people like that, you know, coming to me. And that's the reason why, right, I also try my best, right, to actually do the same for other people as well. You know, be it to my clients, to my agents, I also ask them, hey, how are you? Very long never see you. Sometimes just randomly, you know, when I'm driving, I'll think of somebody, a name comes into my mind. I'll just call them, hey, how are you? Haven't been seeing you for a very long time. And I would say almost 100%. They'll be like, hey, wow, thanks for the call. Yeah, whether or not they are doing well, I think it's that action that matters. It really shows that, you know, you care for somebody. Yeah, and in this world that we're living in right now, everybody lives online. You know, sometimes in the whole day, right, you don't even receive a single call, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that, you know, using a bit of old school method, a call sometimes really works.
But what if there are some unfortunate people who don't receive the same support? Maybe their views from their family or friends doesn't really align with that person. Is it something where they have to work on themselves, or are they supposed to find new circle of support?
I would say that, okay, is it easier to change somebody, right? Or is it easier to change yourself?
Change yourself.
Yeah. So I think that, you can't choose your family, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't choose your family. Then, of course, the best thing that you can do, right, is to change yourself to make things work, lah. If you find that, the goals of your families and, your work does not align, then I would probably say that, you might need to actually take some time or find some time outside to actually spend more time on your work, okay? And, of course, not lesser time, but, I would say that until you actually meet your goals, then, of course, you spend more time with your family. But for me, I find that if let's say your goals do not align, I would spend more time on my work goals first to attain what I want and then be back with my family.
Okay, then one thing that just came out to my mind is excuses and reasons to start
I also
something.
have a lot of excuses, I have a lot of reasons. But I think that, reasons or results. Simple.
Yeah.
You either choose reasons or results. So you can give a lot of reasons, many, many reasons for you to say that, hey, you can't do this or it will not happen. But, or either that or you would just choose to show results. Yeah. And I think that results are better, right?
Correct.
Because you can give the reasons. I can believe that reason. But at the end of the day, who is the beneficiary of that? Nobody.
Nobody.
But what about results?
Yourself.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So I think that results are better. So I always work towards results. Yeah.
Maybe some people also, they find it difficult to break through because they always have been in the negative part of their life. They always have been failing. They always having a setback. So do you have any advice, strategies?
The reason why they are in this state right now is because number one, they chose to be in this state.
True.
Number two, right, the people that are surrounding them, right, are also in this state. So if you really want to break through, right, it's very tough, lah. It's a very, very tough choice, lah, because you've got to change your circle. Because the moment you change your circle, you change where you are placed, right? Things just change. Just over the weekend, right, I was just scrolling Instagram, and then I just saw a photo. And it was a very interesting photo because that photo actually showed, right, a beat up Lamborghini, a very new Aventador, okay, but in the forest. Yeah. So that caption, right, was that, what was the caption? Okay, so the caption was that you got to be in the right place. Yeah, because if you're not in the right place, right, you cannot, showcase your talent. In that car in that forest, right, can it run fast? It can't, right? Yeah, so that is in a very, very different environment. So same for yourself. If you're in that environment, right, that you can't run fast or you can't showcase yourself, how are you going to improve? How are you going to become more positive? You're not possible, right? It's not possible for you to actually be there. So the only way for you to actually do it is to take massive changes, right? To change your environment. And then, of course, the next thing, right, is to change the people around you. Once you actually do that, then, of course, your habits will also change. Your actions also will change. And everything, right, is really all here.
Yeah.
It's all
so it
here.
becomes autopilot already.
Yeah.
Yeah. So every day, like your daily routine, do you have like steps that you do to make sure that you sustain your resilience and your persistence?
Okay, I wouldn't say that, I'm all positive and everything, because I think it would be very fake.
Yeah.
There are times that, of course, I have a bad thought or negative thought that comes to my mind.
Correct.
So the only way, right, for me to actually negate away that thought, right, is to tell myself and reinforce myself, hey, thank you for sharing, but I really don't need this. Yeah. So whenever a thought comes in, hey, what if I can't close that deal? Hey, thank you for sharing, but I don't need this.
Oh.
Yeah.
So all the what ifs you just push away.
I mean, what ifs, right? What ifs are all probability, right?
Correct.
And the reason why, right, you actually come up with these kind of thoughts, right, is because your brain, right, you know what's the primary function of your brain, right?
No.
Okay, it's not for you to think, right? It's not for you to create something, but the primary function of your brain is to protect your body. If you think about it this way, right? Whenever, let's say I'm going to push you right now, right? And you're going to fall, right? What's going to happen? The first thing that you do is hold the table, right? And what controls that? Your brain, right?
Yeah.
So the primary function of brain is to, prevent you or protect you.
Correct.
Okay. And this what if thing comes in, right, is because of your primary function of your brain.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's that simple. So the only way for you to stop all this negative thinking, right, is to thank yourself for sharing. But I don't need it.
Thank yourself for sharing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you
Thank
are your
yourself,
brain, right?
So you tell
Yeah.
yourself like, sorry.
Yeah. But I don't need it. Yeah.
You don't need it.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. Okay, then do you advise someone who, like I said, struggling with support system, right? Would you advise them to straight away cut them off?
It's tough,
Yeah.
but it's needful. There are a lot of things that, we don't dare to do. And emotionally wise, it doesn't sound right. Right? To cut off this person or cut off an entire group. But the thing is that the longer you stay in there, right, you will just spiral downwards. There's no end to it, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not asking you to, break off your friendship or get a divorce or things like that. But, you just need to change the people around you so that, right, the primary people that are still there is still okay. But of course, the people that you meet daily and everything has to change. Yeah. And think about it this way. If you are in a very, very toxic environment, what's going to happen to you?
Toxic also.
Same toxic. So you have to make sure that either you are out of this toxic environment or you isolate yourself. But isolation also won't help because you don't have that support.
Yeah.
So you definitely need people. So the first thing that you need to do is to find people. Yeah.
Wow. Then this is quite heavy for me.
It's really, really heavy,
It's
right?
really
Yeah.
heavy because it's easier said than done, especially for those who like have past traumas and past failures, like really depression kind one. That is very hard to break through. And I'm also talking about myself.
But you got depression.
No lah, it's just that okay, for example, I want to start to work out, get healthy.
Okay.
So I have a gym membership.
Yeah.
Then every time I go to the gym,
Yeah. You feel lazy.
I feel
don't feel like
lazy.
doing.
Or maybe I really set myself, okay, I want to do the treadmill 15 minutes. Then I only managed to do 5 minutes.
Right.
Then I'm like, okay, never mind, tomorrow. Oh, okay, never mind, it's not worth it. I don't think it's possible. Then after that, I stop. Then it stretches.
So it dies off. Slowly dies off by natural
Slowly
death.
dies off.
Right?
Then it's hard
But the reason, right, is because you see, your belief system, right, is not strong enough. And if you imagine this table, right now, right, this table has only one leg. What's going to happen?
Fall.
Fall, right? Okay, what if this table right now has like 20 legs?
Wow,
Very strong, sturdy,
strong. Yeah.
So I can put like maybe 20 of you on top of the table, nothing will happen, right?
yes.
Okay, so your belief system, right, is like the legs of the table. You probably only have like one belief system for going to work out. And that's the reason why the moment I take away that leg, right, yeah, it's gone. So that's a very good question anyway, because I used to be really plump. I used to be really very fat. I think you see on my photos, right, I used to be very, very fat, like 70 kilo. Yeah, and I think that there was one day that I woke up and decided that, I think enough already. I think it's enough for me to feel unhealthy already. I think I really need to start working out. So I started on this journey like you. And I didn't know how to work out because I only know that through army, right, just go jogging. Just buy a pair of running shoes, go jogging. But then I felt that it wasn't enough because it's not going to get me to my goal fast. So the first thing, right, I did, right, was I had this vision of myself, right, being really lean, having like 6 packs, and like, being really like the best shape of myself at that moment. And I will relook into it. I will have that vision, right, of that every day. And of course, in reality, when I come to reality, go to the gym, what do I do? Same like you, I also feel very powerless. I feel really very weak. So then a voice in me, right, just told me, hey, keep on continuing. So I said, hey, I really don't know what to do. Then do what you know how to do. You do what you need to know how to do first. So at that point of time, what I knew how to do was just go on a treadmill for 10 minutes. I couldn't run. Because that period of time, right, I was smoking really heavily, like 1 packet a day. And I realized that moment that I had to change, right, was when I was going up the multi-story car park. Just the ramp, not the staircase. At age 32, right, I felt very, very, very out of breath already. Just that few ramps only. I felt that something was wrong already. I need to change. So then when I'm in the gym, I just did 10 minutes. And trust me, I really did 10 minutes every day. So I just go there and do 10 minutes and ciao, that's it.
No.
Yeah. But the thing, right, was that the moment I did that every day, right, I started feeling a sense of achievement. You see, people beat themselves up Okay, you go on a treadmill for 5 minutes, you tell yourself that you're lousy because you only did 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I celebrate myself, no. I say I'm damn good, no. Hey, I'm really very good to actually have spend time on the treadmill for 5 minutes. So that's the state change. Okay. So you can go back and try again. If you can do 5 minutes, do 5 minutes. You can do 10, do 10. Why overwhelm yourself? Right? So do it 10 minutes every day. You do it for 6 weeks. It becomes a habit. Once it becomes a habit, you will want to add on. So slowly, right, I decided to add on. Hey, let's do a bit more weights. I started off with 2 kilo weights. 2 kilo weights. And now, right, today, right, on a daily basis, I go to the gym, I spend 1.5 hours at the gym. The heaviest weights that I've been using, that's for my chest, okay, is 35 kg already. Yeah, so from 2 to 35, I've been even able to actually bench press 100 kilo.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, for a person of my size, I'm like 60 kilos now lah. So 60 kilos to actually bench like 100 kilos is like quite amazing lah. But if I were to look back, right, it's like probably 5-6 years ago, I started that small seed. It became a tree. Okay, it grew fruits. That's how it started, right? But a lot of people want the fruit. They don't want the seed.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody wants that, right or not? But it's not going to happen. Everything starts from a seed. Right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Wow, that one really... Wow, okay.
Try. You try. 5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes.
No, can. It was just an example.
Yeah.
Okay, I can. Okay, guys, I can. I'm not that. Okay. But it also got me thinking because before I started my journey, right, to better myself as a person, I received a lot of support. But that immense number of positive support sometimes doesn't work.
Why does it work? Why doesn't it work?
Like, it makes me doubt myself even more.
Okay.
Like, like someone said, you can do one, you can do. Then I'm like, wow, then a lot of people have a lot of expectations on me.
Yeah, then I think that you're thinking a lot about yourself.
Yeah.
Right? And the moment, right, you start having too much attention on yourself, right, this happens. But I think that, for me, whenever somebody tells me, hey, I believe in you, it really gives me that really heartwarming feeling that, wow, there's somebody that really believes.
Yeah, it does.
I must do it. I make sure that, I have to succeed because this person believes in me.
Oh.
Yeah, I die have to succeed. I don't want to let this person down because this person cares a lot for me. You see, because I'm also very focused on them. Yeah, so if you shift your focus to them instead of yourself, I think it might be better. I mean, how old are you?
27.
Focusing on yourself for 27 years. So what good does it do, right?
Yeah.
So you might as well focus on other people. And from there, you see how it changes. I mean, if it doesn't work, then you can go back to yourself again.
Yeah.
It's okay. But what if it works?
That's true.
Then it becomes possible again.
That's true.
Yeah.
Also, I might be overthinking. Also, wow, I'm like literally trauma dumping with Bjorn.
It's okay don't worry But there could be a chance that, yes, you are overthinking. But I mean, it's good that you're thinking, right? It shows that you have the ability to think but just that, put your focus right elsewhere. If you can think for yourself, you can also think for other people. So why not think for other people? Because I think that since you're so young, the moment you actually hit your own goals, right, you ask yourself, then what's next?
Correct.
Yeah, and you see so many rock stars, so many singers and everything, they commit suicide, right?
Yeah.
Like drugs overdose and everything because they reach the end point, they don't know what they want already. They have nothing to look forward to already. And they find that the only way, right, to actually, relieve this pain, right, is really to just leave. Yeah, and you don't want that to happen to yourself. So the only way, right, for that to happen, right, is for you to put your focus onto other people, to help people. I mean, in your 27 years, I would say that whether or not you have the capability or ability, everybody have one, right? Not?
Yeah.
So if you are a level 10 capability, then you help people that are level 9, level 8, level 7. If you are level 1, you can still help level 0. Right? If you are level 0, so you can help another level 0.
Correct.
So which level you are doesn't matter. What matters, right, is really your heart or whether you can really help people or not.
Wow. Okay, then one more question. How do you keep yourself open to new possibilities? Like without...
We have to, because I think that at the start I also mentioned that we are in this really fast-paced world.
Correct.
Okay, just like maybe 4 years ago, there's no TikTok. Today, everybody is still scrolling TikTok, right? And you remember that period where people were using like Facebook? Are you still on Facebook? No, right? I was not on Facebook, man. And the funny thing, right, is that, whenever, right, I'm on Facebook, my mom isn't. When she is, right, I'm on Instagram already.
Same.
When she's on Instagram, I'm on TikTok already.
She slowly...
Yeah.
Same,
She slowly
same.
catches up, right? And I think that, for us, right, we need to actually, ramp up our pace to make sure that we keep up with society. If not, right, we will definitely be relegated. So I think that it's very, very important, right, for us to be open to changes, open to new ideas, and also be willing to actually try. That's why it still goes back to my mantra, it's possible.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Anything is possible.
Everything is possible. Yeah.
Do you have any, until now, do you have any future aspiration or goals that you think now in the current moment that you think is impossible, but you know you cannot?
Impossible that I know I can have. Only one goal only. Make baby.
Oh, praying for you. You cannot.
Thank you.
It's possible.
It's sure can one. It's possible, right? But I think that at this point in time, because we have a common agreement, me and my wife, we say that, hey, let's enjoy our married life first. Probably 1 or 2 years later, then we will try for a kid. So then, of course, for this 1 or 2 years, it's definitely not possible already, right? Because we are not trying. I'm not taking action. She's not taking action. So it's not possible. But I'm sure that, in time, definitely there will be. Yeah, I'm very, very certain. Yeah. In fact, I'm really having visions of it already that I'm going to have a kid. Yeah. So and it's going to be a daughter.
Having visions is also kind of like having a dream board.
It's really freaky. It's really very freaky because like my wife herself, she also had this feeling that she's going to have a daughter.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's like, I didn't speak to her about it. I just said, hey, I got this feeling that we might have a daughter. She said, yeah, I also had this feeling.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a very, very powerful thing because 2% right, believe in the same thing. Yeah.
Then that's become
the
manifestation you mentioned earlier. Okay. So before we end off, any last advice, statements you have for those people who are still struggling with themselves to the point to tell themselves that it's possible, even though they know that they can do it, but it's hard to make the first step?
Okay, we are always bogged down by a lot of emotional anchors, right? And a lot of time with all these things, all these baggages, right, you're unable to move.
Yes.
Yeah. Whether or not a simple thing like getting up in the morning or even like doing something, you find that you just don't have the ability or don't have the energy to do it. The only thing that you can do, right, is to really remove all this baggage first. Yeah. Really lay it out first. Because if you don't do that, right, you are unable to move forward. Okay. So I would say that, emotional dumping.
Yeah,
it's very, very important, right? So you lash out, so long as there's somebody that you can speak to, you take off all these baggages first before you actually move on forward. It's very, very, very crucial. And you'll start to believe that it can happen when you start seeing hope. You see, the thing, right, about people, right, is they don't have hope. And why they don't have hope? Because they don't dare to dream.
Yeah.
They don't dare to dream because they give up before. They failed before. Yeah. So maybe you can try, give yourself a little bit of hope first. Yeah. And don't get disappointed, let these two mantras help you. First thing, with hope, it's possible. And then, of course, to counter, right, your failure, right, try again. And I think that, with these two together, right, it's basically like, the rule book for success really. It's like, for me, I use it on everything that I see, I encounter, and it really works. It really works. It's so simple and it really works. But you have to first take the first step to believe.
Understand. Yeah, so there you have it. So guys, telling yourself that something is possible is a very, very powerful tool and mindset that encourages you to believe in your ability to achieve your greatest potential. So don't be afraid. Don't overthink. Take the first step. Give yourself some hope. Am I getting good?
Yeah.
Did I cover everything?
Yeah.
Okay, so anyone can turn their dreams into reality. And I will turn my dreams into reality. So you guys should too. So Bjorn, thank you so much for joining us in the studio.
All right, man.
And thank you guys for tuning in on today's episode. We hope you found Bjorn's insight as inspiring as I did. So if you guys did, please continue to follow us on Spotify. Leave a comment on our YouTube. We'll love to read and know your experiences and your stories. So stay tuned for more powerful episodes. Until next time, keep pushing forward. Stay empowered as we continue to rise by raising others. And remember, your Mondays will never have to be blue again. My name is Taufik. It has been a pleasure. Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.
Power Monday, where your Mondays will never be blue again.